Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Taco Tuesday, and I hope all your taco dreams come true. Man, I gotta be real, man. Watching the Cowboys this past week against the Bears hurt me to my soul, man. And you have to understand that me growing up, the Dallas Cowboys, the doomsday defense is what I was used to seeing. You know, some of the greatest to ever suit up, not only for the Cowboys, but in the NFL. When you start talking about Bob Lilly and Randy White, Ed Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin, Hollywood Henderson, Charlie Waters, I mean, the list went on of just player after player that were incredible. And that when people played the Dallas Cowboys and that defense, literally, they were scared. They put the fear of God in them. And to see what I've seen in some of the years, 2020 was, oh my God. Do you remember? This is one of, you have things that happen in your life that are permanently etched in your brain that you will never forget. And the thing I remember from that 2020 season was the reverse to Odell Beckham Jr. Because I can see, I can't remember his name. He came from San Francisco, and we had him here for 1 year. First game, he had like 3 sacks. Seattle wanted to trade for him, and we said, "Nah, we're gonna hold on to him." And then we didn't hold on to him, and he ended up getting busted for something and back out of the NFL. But he started out with like gangbusters on a historic pace and stacks with San Francisco, and then kind of went crazy. But be that as it may, I remember because he went upfield and missed Odell. Odell got himself together, got the mud flaps going and turned it upfield. And it was like a comedy of errors. We literally had 2 guys that ran right in his pathway, out of bounds in front of him. Never saw him. I remember Jalen Smith, losing him and everything else. I mean, it was literally the Cowboys had gotten this game where they were coming back. And I think we lost like 49-40 or something like that. And everybody said, well, Dak sucked. But it was a disgrace. The pursuit angles were awful. There were no fundamentals. It was just atrocious. And I will forever remember that play and how bad it was, understanding that I'm a child of the doomsday defense. So when I see a defense that literally gave up 450 yards to Russell Wilson, that was just abysmal. And then followed up against the Bears, it just hurts. But we have to have a real conversation here because the Cowboys keep putting their eggs in the wrong baskets. Now, I'm not going to say that it was wrong when they paid Diggs, because Diggs was coming off 2 really good years. He was good his rookie year, hadn't been injured and things like that. And the contract actually they signed to him was not a bad contract. Unfortunately, he got injured, the knee injury. And it just seems like Diggs has become the new version of Michael Gallop. And when you hurt your knees, okay, I've had 6 knee operations. I have to think about it because I have no ACL on my left knee. I had a flesh-eating bacteria in my right, and they had to do 3 surgeries on that to save my leg and my life. I've had a meniscus surgery and stuff on there. So I've had a multitude of surgeries. And the thing is we always hear, oh, they're going to be back on the field. They're healthy. Well, back on the field and being back where they were are two completely different things. And I think the reality is this. We're never going to see Diggs like he was in 21. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The injuries to the knees have just piled up, and the Cowboys screwed the pooch because they put all kinds of pressure on him and basically said, you are not worth shit. You have not worked hard enough to get back out on the field. And he's at the point of saying, I'm going to show you that I am. But it's clear he doesn't have the speed or the range or the stopping ability to turn and go with these guys. You know, we get to the points where you know a name of a player and you think about the great things that they've done, but we don't recognize what they've become. And there's a lot of players that you can say that about that have been great players, that had great years, but at some point they get old, they get broken, they get injured, and they're not the same. But we're sitting here thinking, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Man, he's fantastic. And I'm going to say that Clowney is one of those guys that you're going to look at and say, oh, man, we signed Clowney, man. That's great. Thinking about Clowney back when he was with the Texans and things, when he was younger, and not recognizing that he is an older player. He's going to be a decent role player, but is he going to be the guy that's going to save the defense? No. And the reality is neither is Diggs at this point. Diggs may never, ever get back to the level that he was. He's certainly not going to with the way the Cowboys are going about this. And too many times, this is, unfortunately, the nature of the beast, is when you get paid, they expect you to be there. And the Cowboys, for too many times, believe in their training staff and their doctors maybe more than they should. Because we constantly go through and we draft players that are injured because the doctors say, oh, well, that'll heal. But we're waiting on knee injuries. Savon Ravel. Oh, they drafted him. Hey, well, he's a first-round talented guy. Yeah, but what if his knee recovery never gets him back to where he was in college his last year, where he didn't play the whole year? But he was a first-round talent before the injury. Yeah, but what is he going to be after the injury? And herein lies the problem with Diggs. The Cowboys have gone through and they basically put their eggs in a basket and said, well, Diggs is going to get back to the Diggs in 21 for the injury. And they've counted on that. And they constantly do this with guys. And so they put the pressure on them that you got to get back on the field. And what happens is, just like a rookie quarterback that gets out there the first time behind a shitty offensive line that gets pounded into the ground, is they lose their confidence. And you ruin them. And that's exactly what happened to Michael Gallop. Michael Gallop was rehabbing his knee, coming back. The Cowboys literally had no wide receivers. We had no wide receivers other than CeeDee Lamb. And he is trying to hurry up and get back out on the field before he's ready to get back out on the field. And because he's not able to do the things that he did before, as he told Dak's uncle, I don't feel like I can let my leg rip. And what happens, I'm going to tell you, a lot of times with my knees, like if I happen to jump off the back of the truck, I'm immediately thinking about, is it going to pop and give? A lot of times you'll feel a little tweak and you're going to jump at it because it's like, oh my God, is it going again? And if you've got that in your mind that you're worried about the injuries, you're never going to be able to focus on being that guy. And it's clear that Diggs has lost some steps. Maybe some of that comes back if he's able to sit and really recover and rehab. But I don't think that this year is going to be the year that he's going to be anywhere close to it. Maybe like Javonte Williams, ACL injury in 22, 23, and 24 weren't that good. Now, a couple years later, now he seems to be back where he was before. But unfortunately in the NFL, you ain't got time to heal. Just don't, bro. You got to go. Hey, man, we need you right now. So, yeah. Sadly, Diggs has now become Michael Gallop 2.0. And you have to figure that this is the last year that Diggs is going to be here. With or without the injury and the rehab, it's just going to be that this needs to be a divorce. Have a good day, people. I'm headed to Mama's house. I got 3 bags of beets. She's going to do the pickled beets. Oh, my God, her pickled beets are fantastic. I got 50 pounds of sugar. I got a couple of gallons of vinegar. I got pickling spice. Man, and the stuff that my mama can do with all that kind of stuff, oh, my God. I got a mother like none other. Peace out.